The conscious you is waiting for you. It's waiting to take you on a ride that will allow you to truly enjoy your life and be completely fulfilled. Now, I know from my work as a counselor and seeing clients that I work with a lot of issues around self-esteem, self-confidence, managing relationships, asserting boundaries, and all of these relates to how the person feels and how the person feels validated and where they get that validation from. Often they don't get the validation from within. And this includes me. I struggled for many years with the same problem. And I realized the ticket out of it was just to become more self-aware and conscious. When you are conscious of what kind of struggles you're having and what issues you're having when it comes to your self-esteem and doing things to please others because it makes you feel good, but realizing later actually is making you feel worse in the longer run because you're relying on pleasing others. All of these things that we do and the habits that we have and behaviors that we do and the things that we say about ourselves, all of this is a formation of growing up being conditioned to believe that we need to be there for others, or basically living in principle with society's rules and living in line with that and doing as our mum and dad say or our parents or caregivers tell us to do. So again, all of these things that we've grown up with and we've learned, okay, this is how people live, this is what I'm supposed to do, takes you away from who you really are, because you grow up with a sense of this is who I am, but actually you don't know, because has anyone ever taken the time to really, truly listen to you? And this is why counseling is such a powerful tool, because counseling is the space where you can truly be heard, and it allows you to understand, wait a minute, all of these thoughts and visions and perceptions I've been having about my life have just been taught to me. This is what I've learned to, this is how I've learned to see the world. But actually, this is not how I really feel. In fact, these things that I've been doing, that I've been taught to do, are the very things that are contributing to my misery. The reason I say the conscious you is waiting for you is because it is the conscious you that's going to maximize the opportunities that life has. It's not going to blame you or criticize you or give you negative thoughts about failing or trying something that didn't work. Because again, this is another issue I work with a lot of the time. Consciousness is essentially the self-awareness. The more self-aware you are of how you feel and why you feel a certain way and what triggers bring about that feeling and how the feeling impacts you and your behavior and your outlook on life and why you kind of spiral down and the anxiety overwhelms you and you feel depressed. The more you're aware of this, the more you'll be able to employ techniques to counteract that and help you to sustain a positive, healthy, fulfilled view of life. Now, counseling can help you to do this. It helps you to develop that self-awareness muscle where you're able to then connect. I'm feeling this. Now I need to do this thing because I know it's going to make me feel good. I'm going to travel. I'm going to embrace the unknown. I'm going to try new things. I'm going to be spontaneous. I don't have to live my life according to a set routine in order to feel good about myself, because I don't need to rely on any routine to feel good about myself. I trust myself. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. It's your ability to trust yourself, have high self-esteem, where you know you can meet life's challenges and you can experience different things and trust that you'll be fine. And again, I think I made this point in an earlier video. This is why I think traveling is such a powerful thing, because it can be very, exciting, but at the same time quite nerve-wracking. You're in a new country, you might be in a dodgy area, you don't know what's going on. Yet while this is happening, you're realizing, actually, no, I'm fine. Nothing's happening to me. I can cope. I can adapt. And it's a very empowering thing when you're in the unknown and yet you can adapt to it. And we all have that ability. But sometimes when we grow up living in line with what we've been taught, which is often quite restricted because no one's really taken the time to listen to us and hear what we want, we forget that. We forget that we can adapt. And we feel what I need to do, play it safe and go to my job and come back and do this and do that, do things for others in order to feel good. But there's this whole life waiting for you, and it starts with being conscious of it and conscious of what you're able to do and trusting yourself. So this reflection really was just a reminder that you can have a better life. If you feel that your life is not up to scratch and there's something missing, you can fill that gap by realizing just how much you're capable of. and shedding light on the areas within yourself that you're struggling to manage, or perhaps are very overwhelming, and shed more light on it, because you have the capability to overcome it. With support, through counseling, you can overcome it. And then on the other side of that, the version of yourself that you create will be immense with possibility and opportunity. And you will have a completely different, enriched, fulfilled experience of life. And as someone who's gone through this journey and is going through this journey, I can attest that when I look back to a version of myself from a few years ago, it's a hell of a transformation. And I know I still have a long way to go, but I am much more confident in my abilities. And I see this change with my clients in real time. I see them shift from where they were when we first started our work. And it's just resulted in them having more meaningful, beneficial experience of life. And this is something I really wanted to share in this reflection. The conscious you is waiting to make you experience the more purposeful, enriched, and positive outlook on life. Thanks for watching.